Have you ever worked for tips? Maybe a bartender, an Uber driver, a server, delivery, any of it? Then you already know how it feels to bust your butt all day for a decent tip, only to see the IRS swoop in and take a slice like they earned it. But today, that ends. Because in a shocking unanimous vote, the United States Senate, yes, the Senate that normally agrees on absolutely nothing, just said no more taxes on your tips. Now, this is monumental, guys. It's called the No Tax on Tips Act, and it could mean up to 25,000 a year in tax-free income for millions of Americans if it passes the next hurdle. So we're talking wait staff, drivers, dancers, barbers, hotel workers. I mean, this affects millions of people who've been taxed on gratitude for decades. But here's the real question. Will this pass the House and become law? Or will politicians sneak in loopholes and kill it in committee? So today we're breaking it all down. And trust me, the ripple effect of this bill goes way beyond tipping. So, welcome to the Financial Freedom Network, the financial channel that fills your wallet, makes you money, and boosts your credit. So, just before we take a deep dive, it's imperative you hit that like button and subscribe so that you get notified whenever we produce another game changing video that affects you personally. I promise you'll appreciate it. So, buckle up and let's plunge straight in. So, the No Tax on Tips Act passed the Senate by 100-0. That's right, not one single no. And that, my friends, is historic. And if you're wondering who brought it up, it was Senator Jackie Rosen, who used a fast track maneuver called unanimous consent. That means any senator could have blocked it, but nobody did. Not one single objection. And you know why? Because no one wants to be the guy taxing a waitress's tip. Now, the legislation allows up to 25,000 in tip income to be excluded from taxation, but there's a cap. It only applies to workers who earn less than $160,000 a year, and that number will be adjusted for inflation. The best part? It applies not just to cash, but to credit card and debit card tips too, because according to the IRS, those count as cash equivalents. Now, that means the majority of tipped workers are covered. So if you work in restaurants, hospitality, delivery, the gig economy, beauty or personal services, any of those, well, this bill is practically written just for you. And it's no coincidence that Nevada, the most tip heavy state in America, helped champion the legislation. Now, it's estimated that 43% of Americans have worked a job where tips were part of their income. That's almost half the country. So, if you're getting value from this video and you want to keep more of what you earn, do me a quick favor, smash that like button and hit subscribe right now because it helps push this message to every tipped worker in the country who needs to hear this. But it's not law just yet. The bill now heads to the House of Representatives, where, to be honest, it's expected to pass easily, but it's not guaranteed. If the House passes it, it heads straight to President Trump, who has already said he supports it, even campaigned on it in Nevada last year. So the odds are strong. But as you know, politics are unpredictable. So this bill might be the first domino in a larger economic shift. There's already talk of no tax on overtime pay, boosting the child tax credit, and raising the standard deduction for seniors. And here's the kicker. This bill only costs the federal government about $11 billion a year. And that's a rounding error in DC. But for tipped workers, that's rent, that's gas, that's groceries, and most of all, that's hope. So as we head into summer and we approach July the 4th, lawmakers are scrambling to push popular legislation forward. And with bipartisan momentum, this could be signed before Independence Day, giving Americans a new kind of freedom to keep their tips. So let me ask you again, should you be taxed on a thank you? Well, if your answer is no, then you're in the very right place. So, like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who works for tips because this might be the best news they've heard in years. And in the meantime, I'll keep you guys updated as this moves through the House. And if it passes, I promise you'll be the first to hear it from me. So, until then, stay smart, stay hopeful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.